It's 26 years yesterday since Amber Hagerman went missing, the 9-year-old from Texas, who Amber Alerts are called after. She was kept alive and tortured for 2 days, so her anniversary is actually tomorrow of when she died, which must be pretty painful for the parents when you have an anniversary every year. And not only do you have an anniversary, it's 3 or 4 days where you're probably putting yourself in her shoes and imagining what she went through. Amber was out cycling with her brother. Around the corner from a house, she was grabbed by someone in a black SUV. She screamed. There was an eyewitness there. The police came. They searched everywhere as best they could. Went door to door. There was a few alerts. Went out to the radio, stuff like that. And she was found 4 days later. But people were a bit angry at the time because they were like, why didn't we know more details about this, about the SUV? People knew a little girl was missing and they were looking for a girl, but they didn't have the details, and that's where the Amber Alert kind of grew out of. Not only that, her mother was actually involved as well in getting the law passed in the United States that tracks sex offenders. She's played a huge part, and you have to feel for her, because it must be every year she's going through this again. Amber's case is unsolved. They're hoping they can get some DNA, or at least a partial DNA, with some new technology. I think at the moment they're waiting. There's a backlog. It should have been done by now, but there's a backlog with the lab the last 2 years because of lockdown and stuff. It's harrowing when you hear her describe how when the police confirmed it was Amber's body, she still didn't believe it. She still went to the hospital and demanded to see her, even though her body was in bits. And even after that, she said she used to go down to where she was last seen, where she was taken off the bike, and just scream her name, hoping that she'd turn the corner or come home. Hopefully they'll get some DNA when they do that testing and finally get her some peace of mind and justice. But that's how Amber Alerts came about. It all kind of traces back to that case and the kind of reaction after the case. They're very different in state to state. They have different criteria for kind of issuing the Amber Alert. It's not just a case of pushing a button. There's a lot goes into it. And since they came into play, there's been over 800 kids saved because of Amber Alerts. There was an Amber Alert issued for Summer Wells, but another case that I've been following that there wasn't an Amber Alert issued for is little Michael Vaughn. Michael went missing about a month after summer, and there hasn't been much about it. It doesn't get nowhere near the attention that Summer gets, unfortunately. He was a little 4-year-old boy, 3'7", 50 pounds. Last seen on July 27th, 2021, he was last known to be wearing a light blue t-shirt with a Microsoft logo on it and dark blue shorts and sandals. A quick timeline of what happened. So at 12:30, Brandy, Michael's mother, left for work. His father Michael was at home with Tyler and his 3 siblings. At 4 o'clock, Brandy calls home on her lunch break. Tyler had put the baby down for a nap. Michael was in the living room playing the Switch, like most kids. Other siblings were just around the house playing. At 6:30, Tyler checks on the baby and changes the baby's diaper. 10 minutes later, at 6:40, Tyler orders a pizza. At 6:30 to 6:45, so around the time that he was changing the baby's diaper, Michael must have slipped out of the house. He did slip out of the house. He has done it before, just kind of gone wandering around house to house. So there was 4 different neighbours saw Michael between 6:30 and 7:15. He knocked on 3 different doors. Each one said they walked him back to his yard or watched him walk back to the yard. Obviously all the neighbours' homes were searched, and Michael was last seen by a neighbour heading down the street. They think he went out the side garage door, which leads onto the front yard, and kind of wandered from there. He was looking for older children in the neighbourhood to play with. At 6:47, a white Honda Pilot was seen leaving the area that the police are still to this day looking to identify. At 7:04, he calls Brandy at work, tells her he can't find Michael. Brandy heads home. She said, she describes the phone call as she got off him. She said he was just out in the street screaming for him, and that she could hear the fear in his voice. She panicked, froze. Her co-worker seen the look on her face and was like, go here, get out of here, go home. So 7 to 10 minutes after Michael went missing, they called 911, which is a lot different to Candace. At 7:15, Brandy arrives home. The police are already there, so the police were there within 5 minutes. And people in the community were already out searching. She says it was a blur because it was all so much, which I think would be very much true as well. Must be just complete panic stations. I don't know how Candace can say that she remembers Jodie Sue holding a purse, little details like that. She said the people were out searching in the fields at 4 o'clock in the morning, community members, and that she was literally outside for months looking. It's a very, very rural area, even though it is a community and there's a lot of houses around Michael, but the minute you kind of zoom out of the housing estate, it's surrounded by cornfields. So the thinking was that Michael just wandered off. There was no Amber Alert issued. There was huge searches. There was everything but an Amber Alert issued. But because I think the thinking at the start was that he just wandered off, they missed the threshold to get the Amber Alert out. So here's the criteria for an Amber Alert in Idaho. A child is known by law enforcement officials to have been abducted. If they looked hard enough in this case and fast enough, they would have realised that. They didn't at the time. The abduction occurred within 12 hours of initial activation of the Amber Alert. So you want the Amber Alert to be fresh. You don't want to be issuing it out days later when the child's clothes can be changed and stuff like that. The child is under 17 years of age. Law enforcement must believe that the child is in imminent danger or seriously bodily harm or death. And there must be enough descriptive information to believe that an Amber Alert will assist in the recovery of the child. Must include much of the following information as possible. The missing child must be entered into the NCIC. So that's the Idaho criteria. And initially it wasn't issued because they didn't think he was taken by anyone. They thought he just wandered off and was out in the cornfield somewhere. Which is tragic because they now have a car that could have been found if they got this Amber Alert out fast enough. I want to play a clip from Michael's mother. He's missing 115 days here now. And just notice the difference between her and her plea and Candace when Summer was missing for 2 days. This is from last month.
Introduce Michael's mother, Brandy. Brandy is representing the Vaughn family today, and she would like to give a statement. So, Brandy.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for all being here today. My name is Brandy Neal, and I am Michael Joseph Vaughn's mama. I am here before all of you today on behalf of my family to speak about Michael. As much and everyone in our family wants to be up here in front of all of you today, I am here to speak on all of our behalf. I am here to ask you all. I'm here to ask you, please, for your help. I am here to ask you to please keep Michael's face, his name, and his story in every one of your hearts, your eyes, and your minds. It has been 115 days. 115 days. He has not been home. And we need every one of you. I need you. I need your help to bring my baby home. I need you to see his beautiful smile. I need you to see how happy he is. That smile was one of our most favorite camping trips. He got to see his first beaver dam, and he got to catch so many frogs that day, and he was so excited. His beautiful blue eyes. He was so happy that day because I promised we would go get ice cream cones. And he laughed so hard because his baby sister got to have her first ice cream cone, and it was everywhere. We got to play at the park that whole day. It was warm, it was sunny, and we played catch. We played football until it got dark. I need you I need your help, please. I need you to know how much Michael is loved. I need you to know how much he is missed. Our family is broken without him. We miss his laughs, his smiles. We miss his hugs. I need you to know he is such a sweet, fun, exciting little boy. He brings such joy and love to our family and everyone that he knows and that knows him. Michael has a laugh that is beyond contagious. You can't help but smile and laugh when you hear his laugh. We need him home. I am asking for your help. I am asking for everyone's help. Please, please, if you know anything at all, if you know something, please, I am begging. This is my baby. This is my son. I need him home. I want him home. Please, I need your help to bring him home.
That's tough to watch, isn't it? Here's a quick little sketch of Michael's street. You can see there in yellow, Monkey's house. That was Michael's nickname. So he came out, turned right. That was the neighbour, knocked on the first neighbour's door. Neighbour across the road saw him. Knocked on the second door, which was on the other side of the house. Neighbour across the road saw him there also. Walked down the street where he was caught on a Ring doorbell camera. Knocked on the third door next to that house. And all these neighbours said that they've seen him walk back towards the house. I don't think that's true, but look, it must be tough for them to live with that as well. And this little red dot here is the corner of the street where they think Michael was picked up from. They actually found his scent in the neighbour's house and found his scent here as well before it disappeared. Personally, I think they should release the Amber Alert now. I know it's not going to have the impact and it's a long time ago, but they were complaining in the press conference. The police, and the mother has no ill will towards them. She says they're doing everything they can. But they were saying they thought this case would get more attention in the mainstream media and online, and it hasn't, and they're a bit disappointed with that. But they can fix all that if they just issue the alert and just address the situation. Just be like, here, this was a mistake. This should have been issued at the time. We're going to look into this and make sure it doesn't happen again. So we're issuing this retrospectively, just to get his name out there and get some more attention for him. It's very different to the Summer Wells case. Here's the Tennessee criteria for issuing the Amber Alert. So a lot easier for the alert to be issued, a lot shorter. The person is under 17 years of age and the child is in imminent danger of bodily harm or death. Number 3, there is a description of the child, the abductor or the vehicle, and or a request from another state, basically. I know in some states they require you to have the vehicle, and if you don't have the vehicle they won't issue the alert, which I hope that changes in all states. Ideally you want a nationwide criteria here for this, but I also understand that the more alerts that get issued, if these are too easy to issue, then it kind of diminishes the value of them and the kind of shock value of if anyone gets the alerts. If you're getting one every day, you're not going to pay much attention, whereas if you get one every couple of weeks, you'll have a good look at it, and they don't want to damage that. But they've made a mistake here. It should have been issued. It should be issued now, in my opinion. There is an online petition if anyone wants to sign it for the alert to be issued. I'll link it down below. Please check out Michael's story, have a look of his photographs. If you're living in the States, tell your friends, it's just really sad to see how little attention he gets and how little attention this story gets, especially when it's so close to Summer Wells going missing. That's it. Good luck. God bless. Have a good day.